everybody. Hello, happy Monday. I hope you're having a lovely super day. So my camera's not quite where I want it to be, so let's wiggle, shall we? Let's wiggle. How are you doing? So right now we're going to ignore all the information that's coming up on the screen because it's not relevant at all. Let me see whether I can erase it. I don't know whether I can. It kind of comes up automatically. But please do note there are no live readings right now. But it's lovely to have you here. But we do have something wonderful happening. So I'm just seeing whether my guest is coming in okay. All right, let's see whether she's able to come in. And once my guest is here, we will proceed. So very recently I did a competition to win a personal power portrait reading. Now, because Facebook doesn't like the word RAFF something and an E, they hid all my posts. I was trying to get hold of people. So I did a runner-up prize as a secondary free prize of a personal power portrait reading. My words are really getting muddled today. Don't know if anyone else is in that boat. But I'm just waiting for my guest to arrive and then we will start the reading. Let's just make sure that she's doing okay. Let's see whether she's able to get in. Hi, Cheryl. How are you doing, my lovely? How are you doing? Do you know, I nearly did a video this afternoon. It was about 1 o'clock saying, good morning, everybody. I'm so asleep. I don't know quite what's going on, but I think it's since the last full moon. My energy's just been really peculiar. But I am soldiering through this divination deck, and it's got to the point where it's kind of, I don't want it to be over. Don't get me wrong, but it's very close to having a prototype made. I'm really well. I'm just waiting for Lauren to join me, but I don't know. Oh, she is here. No. Are you here? Where are you, Lauren? Let me see where she is. I don't know what's happening. Oh, is that your shoulder, Lauren? I just felt that energy of your shoulder being really painful, actually. Let's see whether she can get in. You're here. It's not telling me someone's here at all. Give me a minute. You're here. Are you in? Aha! I got you. It's just changed. It's my bad. It's just changed. They're always messing about with things, and they just hide it from me. I don't like it. I'm going to put my toys out of the pram. Anyway, welcome, Lauren. Congratulations on
Hello.
Power Portrait. It's amazing that you won, because I know how long you've been wanting one of these, and watching other people have them. And it couldn't be a better time, really. So I'm going to take the camera off me in a minute, and we're going to go onto this blank piece of paper where we're going to start. And people are very, very welcome to watch. If you've never seen a personal power portrait reading before, it's really interesting. I really do think it's my favorite type of reading, but it takes some time and it takes some energy, and it's also my highest priced reading. So well done, Lauren, on getting yourself a little bit of abundance blessing today. So let's move on without further ado onto your reading. So please know, because we're in a public domain, obviously it's going to be slightly different to if it was private. because if it was private, I'm sure there'll be some subjects that Spirit will bring up that they won't bring up today, because my team always makes sure that they're in a place of responsibility. Hugely important. Like when I first started developing my rules with them was, I will work with you, but on the basis that you adhere to the things that I, the boundaries I set. They've never told me anyone's passing away. They've never told me any disastrous information that I don't want to know. And I just trust in them in everything I'm doing. So we've got a bit of a color coordinated thing going on here. I love this designer. This is a designer called Kafasset or Kafasset. Went to see one of his exhibitions and then found this in a charity shop. Aren't I lucky? Anyway, that's less of my story, more of yours, my lovely. So I have this bag of pens, and what I will do is I will take a pen from the bag and I will start wherever I feel I want to start on the paper. Now, the only thing I'm going to do is take my watch off because it feels very uncomfortable, but I do have the time on the screen, Lauren. I do know you're a little bit tight on time, but we'll be fine. We'll be absolutely fine. Yeah. It will be as it needs to be. So the first thing I've got here is I'm drawing quite a wiggle. Wiggle. I'm drawing a wiggle, and we're just going to see where this is going. Do you know what it's reminding me of? It's reminding me of radiators. You know, when you're really annoyed about getting the dirt and the dust out from behind the radiators, and it's really reminding me of that, which is a bit of a bizarre thing to bring into a reading, but we do like to be bizarre. Okay. All right. It's also saying to me very clearly, it's almost like a map of your heart, and how you can feel at times is you feel very up and down in the moment. Now, this up and down in the moment is hugely connected because we're bringing in the red here. Red is connected to the root chakra, but it's also connected to motherhood. So if we connect red, the color, to red jasper in medicine wheel teaching, it's connected to motherhood. It's connected to that feeling of responsibility. And the thing you must remember, Lauren, and I say this from a place of complete love, is even though you worry about them and there's things going on in life, other people are always going to have things. Other people are always going to have troubles. And if we make all of the other people's troubles our own, that's when we're in this difficult space of, as such, not really knowing your own energy. Now, I know that there was a period of time that you were really, really focusing on understanding your own energy, and I really want to encourage you to go back to that. And I'm not saying necessarily the practice, but I'm just saying about the understanding what's yours and what someone else is really key for your happiness. And the other thing it will do is it will allow you to deal with things in a way that's more productive, because you'll put your energy focus into what can we do about this, rather than feeling the emotional bind or the emotional pressure. I hope that makes some sense. I know I can speak a bit hippie sometimes. So that's the biggest thing they're saying for you here at the moment. Now, they're also saying that you've got like so many ideas at the moment, and you're an ideas person. I know that's probably why we get on so well. Mm-hmm. We're both very creative. But what can happen with ideas people is they have so many ideas that none of them get actualized. I really want to encourage you to go back through some of your old writings, because that's what they're showing me. They're showing me like a journal. And I feel it's a dark color, if not a brown colored book that I'm being shown. And they're showing me that there's some notes in there of plans and ideas you had in the past, which have now been kind of pushed aside. But they want you to relook at this. They want you to see what it is you missed. Now, when I say missed, it isn't because, oh, my fingers are hurting. This is very unusual. This must be around you. There's a feeling here that you're inspired, you were ready to do something, and then something put you off course. And I don't know what it was or how it was, but they're saying to you equally, they're saying, oh gosh, I've just put that in front of the camera. Silly me. They're saying to me equally that you have see, my mind's gone funny. Why has my mind gone funny? Okay, slow down. Okay. So they're saying to me that there's things that you feel guilt, or you feel bad, or you feel that you've forgotten. And they want you to understand, Lauren, that everything has divine timing. And you've said this in your own readings and your own work so many times. And you need to take note of that. So even though you had this idea, this inspiration some time ago, we're in a situation where the time that is right will be the time that's right. But they're saying to you, don't lose those ideas, because they're all inspired by spirit and they're brilliant ideas. There's a little part of you that wants to, and this is my own phrase, but there's a part of you that wants to forge, not follow. And I feel that what pulls you back in life is when you decide, actually, no, I've got to do what other people do. When you go back into that energy of, I've got to follow what other people are doing and see what other people are doing, we go out, step out of the authenticity of who we are and what we're doing, and we can lose that really beautiful connection to spirit and to our own higher self by kind of trusting in the masses rather than trusting in yourself. So I want to say to you, trusting yourself is hugely important. Okay, make decisions, but make them on the basis that if it's the wrong decision, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because there's things going on around you at the moment. But what I do want to say to you is, they're saying that no movement is no good. There needs to be movement. There needs to be a decision made. All right. And I feel you already know what this is regarding. So we're going into a piece of kelp here. We're going into a piece of seaweed. So I want to send you not only by the sea, but I also want to encourage you to look into working with water energy. Water is hugely, not water energy, sorry, water magic. Water's really connected to you. It's very powerful with you. And I want to say to you that it will help you go through what's going on, because it feels like there's so many life cycles turning around you, and this is very overwhelming. And even though you can compartmentalize them and you can be there for other people, it's still bringing back things that you are never going to be over. You're never going to be in the position where you're like, I'm okay with that, because it's just not going to happen. So to stave yourself from having any difficulty around these situations, just make sure not only you use, your spiritual self-defense as such, but also make sure that you're not telling people you're fine when you're really not feeling fine. Make sure you're being true and open to them, because I don't feel anyone's going to be upset that you're finding it as upsetting as they are. And there's a little part of you that's really worried about, but it's not to do with me. It's not my sadness. It's not my thing. But absolutely, of course it is. Of course it is. Okay. So right now, you're in a very, very supportive role, but make sure you're not overloaded. You might have to pass that supported role on to someone else a little bit, because it feels that I'm hearing in my head, oh no, who does that song? The lyrics are, I want to run away, I want to run away. I think it's on one of the adverts on TV. Let me see if I can channel into the song. I want to run away. It might be Lenny Kravitz, but it's just that feeling of like, there's just so much going on. Bit of overwhelm going on there for you. Okay. So I want to talk to you about your personal growth, because they want you to celebrate where you've come from and how you are now. And remember, when you look at your photographs, which I know you've seen some recently, of those days when you were feeling so angry and frustrated with the world, and now you're in a place of peace, and this place of peace is much more suitable for you. There's absolutely really strong goddess energy around you, women's circle energy. This might be something you thought about doing before, but they're bringing it back for you. And I feel that there's new things in your life that you're bringing into this. Now, for some reason, I've got a poodle coming to mind here. So I'm not sure whether there's thought of a dog on top of all the rabbits, but there's definitely a dog here with the long hair, and it could be a Labradoodle, but there's definitely a dog here waiting in the wings for you, and it's quite cute. It really is quite cute. Oh dear. Okay. So this evening, Lauren, you said you're working, but I know that there's sometimes you feel like, what am I doing there? But I want to remind you of the people you speak to in there. You're not there just to do what you're doing, and you kind of know this already, but I'm just being told by them that you're there for a reason, and there is someone tonight who's going to come in and want to speak to you. You'll know when you've finished work what it's about, but it's very much a feeling of you're there for people to meet the right person to bring the healing. And sometimes you feel that you're not in a place where you're offering healing anymore, and I want to say to you, your listening ear, your smile, your jokey laugh, all of these things create a healing, and it's important not to dismiss that fact. It's important to understand that you ripple outwards, and never put yourself in a position where I've done this and I've done that and I'm a bit of this and I'm a bit of that. You're just who you are. And part of confusion in life is when we start putting labels into ourselves, when actually you're just Lauren. Okay. So I'm definitely seeing Chelsea buns here. Someone wants to give you a Chelsea bun. But there's a Chelsea bun with icing on, but they want to take the icing off. So I don't know quite what that's regarding. But maybe they're saying like a little bit less icing then, Lauren, a little bit less sugar. Bit of sugar hoarding. Okay. So there's very much a feeling around you that right now you don't have time for your spiritual world, and it's like you keep them so separate, and I totally get that, really do. But I want to say that you live a spiritual life. You don't need to do a certain thing to be spiritual. And sometimes you can be incredibly hard on yourself. Just imagine, like, even your pictures of your gorgeous bunnies, they just bring so much joy to people. And it's just a case of trusting that you're doing what you need to do when you need to do it. That's important. Okay, so I've got jellyfish in my mind right now. Let's see whether I can translate it onto paper. Let's see whether my pen will work in a minute. So I've got a jellyfish. I want to take you back to a time, I believe it's, if it's not Wales, it's further up, it's mid-England way. But I want to take you back to a time when someone got stung by a jellyfish. As they're bringing that in for me. It brings back a memory when I was a child. We were horrific, we really were. But when I was a child, we found all these dead jellyfish, and we dug a hole. Confession time. You need a better look, really. We dug a hole in the sand and we filled it up with water, and we collected all the dead jellyfish and chucked it in this hole. So anyone who walked across it would just be walking across this hole of dead jellyfish. So I don't know whether you do quite such nasty things as a child, but oh, okay. Pink makes the boys wink is what I'm hearing in my mind, and I do know Lauren's wedding plans are pink, but yeah. There's been a lot of discussion around that around your house, isn't there? I feel like your partner's gone, it's just blooming pink. It's like, is this the right pink? Is this the right pink? It's like, it's just pink. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So there's you have an attention of detail, but sometimes it's not so necessary. But that's quite funny. It's quite funny. She's also got half a florist in the house. I don't know how you have space for people. I don't know how you have space for people. So, Lauren, when you were a child, what did you want to be?
Oh, God. A dancer.
But you're still a dancer, aren't you?
Well, I'm doing some burlesque, yeah. But that type of dancer, yeah.
You enjoying it?
I haven't been for a little while.
Yeah.
To
get yourself back out there. All right.
That's all I can remember from teenager anyway.
Yeah. But it's always been quite a fleeting thing for you, isn't it? It's like never exactly knew what you want to do or where you want to be. And I feel that you quite often have the thought of, shall we move? Shall we just do something new? But there's a feeling here of sticking things out. I've got to be really mindful because we are on a public display, but I do feel that there's something coming towards your way which is going to make your home living more comfortable. And I feel that there's some real investment in the future going to go on there, which I think will really help you feel settled, because I've got quotation marks here. There's lots that you've said, Lauren. You've got lots of lovely little quotes. I want to encourage you to share them a bit more and share your stories as well, because your stories are fantastic. You probably don't think they are, but they are. They are. Okay. So I've got Venus flytrap here. Who's having the flies issue? Who do you know is having flies issue?
We went to Ben's mum's a few days ago, and
yeah,
they got a lot of flies in the house at the minute.
Yeah, stick a Venus flytrap in it.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
That's Ben's with the fly spray.
Yeah. Oh, that's so bad for your lungs. Don't do that. Get a plant. Get a plant. Feed it up. Feed me, Seymour. So I got the initial M that's come in here for you. Initial M. Is that Elisa?
Sorry?
Is that your little one?
That's Lewis. No, come on.
Lewis. Okay. So the instant feeling I get with this part is that there's a real chameleon in you, and it's like you can adapt to any situation, but you do prefer to have a clear definition. So you prefer to have clear boundaries. So you're quite happy to change or adapt to it. I want to say there's something at work, and I know I've got to be a little bit mindful here, but there's something at work that I want you to address that's been bothering you, because it feels that it could only get more awkward. That's the way I'm wording it, more awkward. But there's something you need to bring up, because it's it's bothering you more and more, and these things just breed, these things just grow. So I want to encourage you to do that. Okay. Right. Where are we going next? Gosh, there's so many things in there. So I've got fish bones, I've got prehistoric dinosaurs. There you go, you made out of fish bone and prehistoric dinosaur. Yeah. So you've been looking at the skies and reading the clouds a lot lately, but you're not telling anyone about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like to know. We're nosy. We do like to know. Because I'm definitely bringing in the skies here, and I want you to look back and see what it was that changed your path and why it changed your path and what the reason was. And I want you to consider, was that reason for you, or was that reason for others, or was that reason because of others? Okay. Because there's a definite timeline change with you, Lauren.
Yeah.
There is a definite timeline change. And it's almost like I was getting there, I was ready to launch. And then, and believe me, I've done it. I think I've done it 3 times. I've launched my business. It's the only time I've kept it going. But it just feels like you're almost frightened of it working in a strange way. It's like that. It's almost too real. And I want to say to you that just because you've jumped off that timeline for the moment doesn't mean you can't jump back on.
Yeah.
And no, it will work because you love what you do. You love what you do. There's absolutely no reason you can't do all your other hobbies at the same time. Well, not at the same time. You'd be juggling them, but
yeah.
Yeah. So you haven't got a pink and blue bunny, have you?
No.
Every other colour. You were going to have the grey one, but they're telling me you're in love with a brown one now.
With a mixed colour one, yeah, she's got brown in her. She's brown and grey. Yeah, smallest one.
A little runty. Oh, how cute. Cute. Okay. Right. Still doing this up and down. See, what are we doing with this now? No idea. What are we doing now? Well, you're certainly colourful. What strange shapes do you get? So I want to say to you, Lauren, that one of the things that keeps you going in life is a challenge.
Yeah.
And when you reach that summit and you reach the end of that challenge, it kind of deflates. It becomes less interesting. So there's something, I know you're planning for your wedding, and maybe that's the challenge you're going on in your mind at the moment. But for your future contentment and happiness, it's really important to always have not necessarily a goal set, but just have a challenge that you can get your teeth into. It's what motivates you. Pressure motivates you. And it's quite difficult for you to do things if it's not for other people. It's much easier for you to do it for other people than for yourself. What you can do with that is you can give yourself like a mindful exercise where you're giving yourself like 1 day a week that you have a small challenge. Doesn't have to be a big one. It might be a challenge to, I know you like baking, so it might be a challenge to bake something new you've never baked before, or a challenge to get your arts and crafts stuff out. You got tons of it, haven't you? Can see masses of it. I know you did something similar to these drawings the other day, so maybe you need to do a bit more of that. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. It was well, the start of it was to do with emotion, so of the past, so like anger, upset. That's how it started, which is really strange because then it had like a bit of a wall that went round it, and then just colours into it and patterns. And
well, it's transmuting, isn't it? Because I think both of us really come from a place of intense anger and frustration, and I totally get that. I spent a lot of my life hating the world and everyone in it. Sorry, people, I do like you now. I do like you now. I didn't then though. So I want to say to you, you need some time away with Ben on your own. Okay. There's a real need, and I know this is awkward around what's going on in your life, but there is a real need to not lose the fun in your relationship, because lately everything's been incredibly heavy. And I just want to have a bit more of Benny and Laurie, or whatever you call each other. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay.
I did mention to him last week about going away for the weekend, so
yeah. Where will you go?
I have no idea. Just anywhere, I think. Just anywhere.
Got lots of nice areas around you. I stayed in a windmill near you. Told you that before, haven't I?
Yeah.
When I was a kid. Stayed in a windmill. Costs a fortune to stay there now. I like Ely. Ely's nice. My brother's just been to Ely. It's not far from you.
No, it's not.
Yeah. All right, you're getting really... I know you've just dyed your hair, but they're showing me that you almost like got the clippers out on it. You're just bored of it. What's going on?
But my hair?
Yeah.
Well, I can't have it blonde no more. She won't bleach it because it keeps breaking.
Yeah.
So I just
have you thought about starting again? You get a viral video if you shave your head. Someone the other day had 60,000 people watching them shave their head.
No, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, my Hazel did it for charity, but I couldn't do it.
No,
if I start losing my hair, I will, because it'll be funny, but not if I'm not losing my hair.
No.
But they are saying that there's something you've been doing with your hair that's causing more damage. So be aware what you're putting on it, Lauren. And I don't know whether you've got like a comb or a brush that's really heavy on your hair, but it might be worth looking at that as well, because that's what they're showing me. They're just showing me that there's something you're doing that's causing more damage, and I don't think it's hair dye.
No, the only hairbrush that I really tend to use is a bristle boa.
Yeah.
Boar, something.
Yeah,
boar
the grooming brushes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just ask your hairdresser. It might be because your hair's so fragile that you just need something that's softer.
Yeah, I think some of it's hormones as well.
Oh, there's so many different reasons, but that's what they're showing me, because they are showing me that you're brushing and clumps are coming out, and it's worrying you. So, yeah. Okay. So you had some funny dreams about mountains recently. Do you recall them?
No, I don't.
Okay, so what we dream? I've got a dream scene here, and it's got the mountains, and it's almost like an astral traveling situation. And I want to say, because you have this real feeling in you at the moment of like, I just want to get away. Everything's too much. Everything's too real. And bear in mind, things that are happening in your life are reminding you of the past. And it's very difficult for you to know what to say, what to do, etc., etc. I do feel that there is some astral travel. So part of if you're waking up feeling very tired, you need to ask your guides to please keep you in your bed, because I really feel that you're rushing off somewhere, and I feel it's more about your desire for adventure is very, very strong. And with that desire for adventure, it's like you're not fulfilling it in the daytime, so you're fulfilling it in the night. Now, adventure is really important to most people, not everyone, but it does keep the world changing, and people who are free-spirited need that continual change. But you do need your rest as well, because I do know that there's been a few sort of bad-tempered days they're showing me. So just when we rest better, we can deal with people winding us up quite so much. And there's definitely a young man who's been doing a lot of answering back to you that they're showing me.
Yeah.
I don't know whether someone referred to him like thinking he was from Godfellas or Scarface or something, but it feels like he's like putting on a big I am, and it's all insecurity, and you know this. Know this. Okay. Huge amount of love around you at the moment, though, Lauren. It's like, even though things are, the sadness is going on, it really feels that you truly believe you are loved. It's very new. And I don't mean that against your relationship, but I mean the feeling of that level of security. And it's not even about, it is to do with the wedding, but it's more than that. It's like you've eased into your relationship, and it's like you're the cat that got the candy. I know that isn't the phrase, but for some reason they gave it me that way around. It just feels like, even though you got everything you wanted, there's a little part of you that's like, well, why did this have to happen now? And I don't mean that in a selfish way, but it's like everything was going really swimming, and hiccups come along, but they're giving you, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got 8 roses so far, so maybe you'll get some more in real life, but you've got 8 roses so far. Okay. Now I feel good. Your mother with me, Lauren, and she's saying to me, "Don't you worry, darling. I'm wearing blue. She's not going to miss it for the world, and you will know. You will just know. You will know." Okay. But you haven't sensed her quite so much lately.
No.
Okay. Something I can't go hugely deep into this, but something about your other sister, Lauren. She's been around your other sister, not the one in spirit, the one on Earth.
Yeah.
And she's saying to me that just give her a little message, because things haven't been good. Okay.
She did message me the other day.
Yeah, give her a little message back, because I don't know what's going on. It's none of my business, but it's your family member. So she's just saying that she's been busy sorting that out at the moment, but she'll be she'll be back and around, and you know, she said keep the music playing because that's what calls her in. You know that anyway. You know that, you know, she's got her songs. Okay. All right, what's going on here? All right. Something here about breathing difficulties, Lauren. Is that your father? Like, it's like asthmatic.
No.
Okay. All right, let me just see what I've got here. Do you recognise a lady with breathing difficulties that would wear a gold cross?
Yes.
Yeah, that's who's there. She's not on Earth, she's in spirit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's just saying to you right now, she's saying, whatever you do, do it for you. All right? Doesn't matter about anyone else. Do it for you. There's the analogy she's giving me is if you want strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate ice cream, you have it. All right? She wants you to do what you choose to do and however you choose to do it. Someone around you is being very opinionated, and this might be now or it might be going forward about this situation, but she wants you, and you should understand this, she wants you to make choices for you. Okay, and that's important, really important. They have their own lives, they can live their own lives, and they don't have to be bothering yours. Okay. So recently they're showing me that you went to a beach somewhere and you collected a load of pebbles to paint.
That was quite a while ago when I'd done that.
I think that's the point. You step back, please. Okay. Oh. Oh. Yeah, you're gonna paint the pebbles and put messages on them of hope and positivity. If you recognise the voice I'm squeaking to, please say. Oh. Smoker, that's for certain. Oh. Ooh. I want to encourage you to do it, Lauren. Get the pebbles, get your paints. And do it in the memory of someone you know. Spread that little bit of happiness. I want to give you the song You Are My Sunshine. And I want you to know that there are days when you've rescued people from very dark thoughts. Okay? You know this. But equally, you're not there for everyone else. You're there for yourself. Right? That's really important. Gosh, we've got all sorts going on here, haven't we? All right. It's you who wears the Pandora bracelet, is it, Lauren?
Yeah.
Did you lose one of your charms?
Sorry?
Did you lose one of your charms?
I lost part of one, yeah.
Okay. And in your back garden, do you have an area with patio that's got cracks between it?
Yeah.
Have a look round there.
Okay.
Something you were doing in the garden when you lost it.
Probably cutting the hedges.
Pardon?
Probably cutting the hedges the other week.
So it's a little part of it's fallen off, is that?
Yeah, it's a feather.
Oh. Like a little silver feather.
Yeah. Come off the dream catcher.
Yeah. So for some reason I'm bringing in the Prodigy now because I've got it playing in my head. What's the song they're playing? Charlie Says. If you don't know it, look it up. Maybe it'll make you giggle. I don't know. But they're bringing in Prodigy. We've got to get you to a festival, haven't we? Got to get you to a festival. That's what we got to do. Get Lauren to a festival. All right. So right now, it's very much a time for self-care. They're saying to me to tell you to practice what you preach. And don't be so hard on yourself. Like sometimes you're very, very tough on yourself. You're like, but I'm here to do this. No, you're not. You're here to live your life in the way you choose to live your life. And right now, there's other things that need you than, you know, in your family and such like. So stop being so hard on yourself. Okay. Now, I know this has nothing to do with the picture because there's nothing in there to this sort, but they're taking me to a memory of walking into HMV and flicking through the posters and choosing like the posters for your bedroom when you're younger. And there's a real feeling here of like, you used to be like, I know what I want, but nowadays you kind of dither on it. And there's an energy here that, how can I word it? It's not an energy. How can I word it? You need to trust your own intuition and guidance. Now, there is someone around one of your kids that you're feeling a bit nervous about, their impression on the child. I believe it's a boy and a boy. I want to say to you, go with your gut feeling. Go with your gut feeling. Okay. There's a real difference whether it's your intuition or whether it's paranoia. It's two very, very different experiences. And you can always, I'm sure I've shown you how to test the energy on it. You can always test the energy and make sure that you're getting confirmation. I'm not saying keep these two apart. I'm just saying keep an eye, because one of this boy, whoever this boy is, and I feel it's possibly your second boy's friend, I'm not sure, but this boy gives out the impression that he's a goody two shoes, and he really isn't. So he gets away with a lot of things and he knows it. And there might be a bit of a situation where he's passing blame onto the other child because the other child's known to be a bit more naughty than him, or a lot more naughty than him, if you know what I mean. It's a bit of a scapegoat situation. Okay. Right. So we've got a web building up here, Lauren. I feel that you've really pulled back on your internet usage, and I feel that's done you some good. But you're equally feeling a little bit out of the loop. You're feeling a bit like, should I shut my group? Is one of the things they're bringing into my mind. I just want you to understand that all energy is as it is at that present moment. So if you felt the need to change the energy of your group, restarting or renaming or changing it will help you feel that change. Because I don't want you going back into Lauren who I was, because part of this experience you've been going through lately, it's all about your transformation into more of who you are. It's not away from who you are. But you've had some time to really assess what you want in life and how you want it. And I think you're manifesting pretty well there, Lauren. Look back when I met you. I remember you asked me. I remember so vividly when I did Pendulum. Will your husband ask you to marry you? And you didn't believe it. And I said, yeah, he will. Go wait.
Yeah.
And that divine timing, waiting business malarkey happened. Okay. So one thing you're really looking forward to is shamanic camp. Me too. Can't wait. It's not quite the highlight of your year, but it does feel like it's becoming really important, because it's like it just is proper reconnecting with yourself. It's like nothing else. There's no obligation, and that's nice to have, even though there's a little part of you that's lamenting the idea that your children won't all need you soon. So your little girl's growing up. When's she going to school, Lauren? Is it next September?
No, she's already in school.
Oh, she's at school. So, yeah. So do you feel that was part of the shift that you went through?
I think so. I mean, she went in September last year full time.
Yeah. That one's dead. Sorry, I throw them on the floor.
And then obviously after that, one of the friends' mums had a bad turn.
Yeah.
And I think that's just where I just kind of became less and less, I suppose. And trying to think back on other things that was going on, but that's all that I can really think was happening. I was just trying to help her through that time.
Yeah, that's good. But it does feel that you very much you like being needed, and for you,
I do, yeah.
Being needed is small children. Now the thing is, they're always going to need you, Lauren. They're always going to need you, but they'll just need you in a less dependent way, so a much more fun way. Right, I made a rookie error, so I'm going to go get my charger. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. 2 second breather. That's the problem when you move from office to office. Let's get a second charger, really. Oh, okay. Oh, back we go. Back we go. What we got now? Okay. A lot of fluorescent in here. A lot of fluorescent. What's the fluorescent about? Okay. Right, so let's move on with Ben, because I do see Ben changing his work. I want to say that he's going to have a really big life change coming up, as in like the way he's thinking about life is going to really alter. And he's going to realize that it's bringing him quite a lot of unhappiness. And there is something here about retraining. So I don't know about what he's going to retrain into, but I do feel that he he really wants to have a trade. He doesn't want to be freelancing. He doesn't want to be self-employed. He wants to know that he's got work coming in on a regular basis, and he's getting that paycheck, because for him, like, the financial security of a role is more important than what he's doing, and it's causing him quite a lot of disharmony at the moment, because it feels like someone wherever he's working keeps saying to him, no, we don't need you, or there's not enough hours or something. So there's something going on
there is a situation going on with work, and he was offered a job recently elsewhere. He doesn't feel appreciated where he is at the moment, and as for the hours, there has been a conversation between himself and another work colleague of his, where they're talking about hours and somebody else getting all the hours when the others don't. So that's where that comes in.
Well, it just, it's the age-old thing, isn't it, of like, go somewhere where they appreciate what you do and who you are. Has he considered doing labouring? Is that something he's ever thought about?
I think he did in the past, but not
physical
recently.
Is difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. It's still in the same line of work as what he's doing. The only difference is with the job offering that he's got, it would give him more experience in personal training, where he'd have more of that every day, and doing his classes, because he's Pilates teacher and he misses doing Pilates. So
he needs to do what he loves. So is he going to take that offer?
I don't know. He's taken some time off work at the minute and just going to see how he feels and get his head around things.
Make decisions.
And it's the whole change thing, isn't it?
It'll be good though. He does need to leave that place. I can't say that categorically. This is all entertainment. I know I haven't put it on the screen. I do apologise. Okay. So I'm going to just say something, but I'm not going to go into it very in depth. But I want to say there's something going on with your stomach recently, Lauren, because I can feel it as I'm working with your energy. And you need to rethink what was bothering you before and pay attention to it, because there's something you're eating that's causing you to swell up, and it's causing quite intense discomfort. That's the only way I can word it, really. But it's something you already know of, Lauren. You already know about this, Find a substitute is what they're saying. Find something that works instead of it.
Sugar. Too much sugar content.
Stevia. Well, sugar. Too much sugar can lead to trouble with yeast infections, so it's well worth considering dropping it down. But it's very addictive. Have you ever read about sugar?
No.
It's as addictive as hard drugs. Gives your brain that happiness chemical.
And then obviously when you start eating or drinking the sugar, you crave more.
I know what it is though. It's something fizzy drink you're drinking. I don't know what it is, but they're just showing me the bubbles. So it's some fizzy drink you're drinking that makes you very, very bloated and uncomfortable. And it might be that you're putting it down to something else, but it's definitely a fizzy drink. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Now, I don't know whether this is Hazel being very naughty, but I want to give you a pearl necklace. But I want to give you a pearl necklace as in a real pearl necklace, not as in Hazel being naughty. You can look that up later. I want to give you a pearl necklace. Now, this pearl necklace isn't real pearls. It's the, you know, the pearls in the not the pearls even, but beads in the 80s, and they pop together. Do you remember those necklaces?
Vaguely.
They popped in and out. I want to give you one of these, and it's like I feel that you're considering what can I do as a celebration. Now, I don't know if this is a big birthday or it's something else, but I want to bring to you an 80s party. I want to bring to you an 80s celebration. Letting your hair down, fancy dress would be really, really good thing to do in this case. Okay, great. And I also want to congratulate you because they're showing me that you're nearly at the point you want. Well, you are at the point you wanted to be. You're on track. You've got a plan of how you're doing things for your wedding, and they're showing me that you are on track. So well done with that, because sometimes you can feel that you have these master plans and they don't quite go to plan. Okay.
Change. Everything change.
Yeah.
Go from one colour to, oh, pink's pink.
Pink is definitely pink. Thing is, you will change your mind though, because we change, you know, we change our mind like we change our clothes, don't we? We just change all the time. So do you have any questions, Lauren, that I can read into while I'm drawing for you?
But with regards to a decision that you mentioned that I need to make, I'm just trying to think how I can word it. Trying to decide, it's going to sound in riddles, whether to go or not.
Yeah.
Because there was a time where it was mentioned that didn't want me to see them.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of questioning whether I should or shouldn't go.
All right, so close your eyes. All right. Take a nice deep breath. Relax. Just going to wait for the plane to go over a minute. Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to start in a place of safety and security. So in your mind, go to the place that you feel safe and secure. Sit down, lay down, lean on the side, just be in a relaxed state. And once you feel that you're in this place, taking notice of what's around you and the experience that's close to you, I'd like you to step up out this place and walk towards the path that's in front of you. This path that's in front of you is twisting and turning and going around corners. Just follow the path, knowing that you're safe. Everything is well. There are no problems. We're in a magical place right now. Now I'd like you to keep walking down this path, maybe taking note of what's around, but not really needing to know what it means or why they're there. And as you walk up to the edge of the path, you come to a stone wall. And at the stone wall, there are two doors. There's a wooden door on the left and a wooden door on the right. Now, with the assistance of your guides, I'd like them to show you whether you should enter the door on the left or the door on the right. And just so I'm not influencing your choice, I'm going to reaffirm the door on the right or the door on the left. Trust your guides, trust your guidance, trust your higher self, and step through whichever door it is. Experience what's on the other side. And when you experience what's on the other side, note if it makes you smile or if it makes you feel uncomfortable. And then when you feel ready, journey back down the path, back to where we began. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes. It's only a quick little trancing, just a little one.
Yeah.
So what did you choose, Lauren?
Left.
And how did you feel?
I wouldn't say I was uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It was more of a, I don't know, it's like turns my stomach a bit, but it's really weird because I don't feel anxious, but it's kind of that feeling.
So anticipation, maybe?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay. Because your left was the door of yes.
Right, okay.
So there's your response from me. I feel that sometimes things change and people can change. Someone I know is dating someone that I used to find very difficult in company, and really enjoy a company now. So, you know, things change. But also go with the mind of anticipation. It might be uncomfortable, but you've just said to me it wasn't horrible. You didn't feel sick to your stomach. So you've given yourself the answers through that experience rather than me giving you an answer.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I think some of it is because in my mind, part of me is like, how do I express it? They're not going to be there anyway.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's a vessel and nothing more.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was about, whether I should or shouldn't. But I think a lot of it as well was to do with respect.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, if you got the offer and you felt that I would say yes.
Okay.
You can live with the fact that you did something that maybe isn't the greatest feeling, but you can't take back the fact you didn't do the something.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're bringing to my mind my angelfish now. When I had angelfish as a child, I was really excited that they had babies, and then they ate the eggs. And it's like this feeling of, I don't know, there's something going on here where it's like something's given and something's taken, and it just feels like there's been a little bit of an energy around you recently that one comes, one goes. And I don't quite know whether that's around babies or whether it's around good events. It just feels that that's happening. And I want you to focus on the in-between, because it's very, very easy for us to make patterns out of situations. I'm sure you've heard the sort of bad luck comes in threes. Yeah. Well, if you look for 3 bad luck things, you can find 3 bad luck things. You know, my forgetting my charger, is that bad luck, or is that just I forgot my charger? You know, it's just it's a case of perspective. There's someone around you that is insanely superstitious, though, a female around you that's very superstitious. It may even be your brother's wife. Just from what they're showing me. I know I haven't met her. I don't know who she is, but just from the image they're showing me. But there's someone around you that's very superstitious and gets very spooked about what we do. They might have quite an opinion about it, to be honest, but you've got to understand that that's their thing, and it's kind of their right to not like what we do, just like it's someone's right to not like the craziness of your colors. crazy picture going on. Oh, so much pink. So much pink. So you're going for your health spa tomorrow, is it?
22nd.
Yeah.
Yeah, 22nd.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's my wedding anniversary today, 13 years.
Oh, happy anniversary. I haven't even really looked on Facebook today.
No, it's all right. You don't need to. I'm just reminding myself I'm sat here and it's no, I'm joking. My husband's working. I'm joking. No, I was going to say that tomorrow night, actually, anyone who watches Tuesday Tarot or Tarot Tuesday, I actually get it right around in one day. It will be later than usual because we're going out for dinner.
Nice.
But we're going out for dinner with little Starseed, so I'm going to take it to a Moroccan for the first time.
That'd be good.
She likes breads and things, so yeah. They don't have kebab or something. Is it Moroccan kebab? Yeah, I think so. Not sure. Oh. So the place that I said to my husband I wanted to go, first time in about 3 years, it's closed.
Oh gosh.
Just one of those things, isn't it? Just one of those things. All right, so we've got a lot of purple fruit here for you, Lauren. Need some antioxidants.
Yeah.
I'm going to say to you that they're saying that you've noticed a change in your skin condition recently as well, and it is connected to the sugar. It is connected to the sugar. Okay. But yeah, also showing me something you brought for your burlesque recently. I'm not going to tell the world about it, but it's pretty nice. Yeah. But it's not about size. We don't want you to worry about that. We want you to be making sure that your body chemistry is comfortable for you.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do with size or shape or comment on that at all, because that really doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. I want you to tell your stories of seeing and experiencing spirit, Lauren. They're saying you've got so many amazing stories.
Plenty of those.
Yeah. People want to hear them. I want to hear them. And there's a window of opportunity coming for you September, October time. Maybe you'll speak to Jude and do a camp teaching next year. I'm doing sigils this year.
Cool.
So they're showing me you going through the computer and going through the sales that are about, and there's this feeling here that I need every color. Does that make sense to you, Lauren?
The only thing I've really been looking at, which has been all different colours, is hair dye.
I don't know what it is. They're just showing me that you need every color. It's like you're not satisfied with one color. Okay. I couldn't believe you asked me about your new next color and you'd only just dyed your hair. I was like, Lauren, what are you on about? What are you on about? It looks really lovely. I'm going to get mine done for my birthday again, I think, properly.
No, I've just been using that live colour drops.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done mine myself for ages, but it's nice to get it done. All right, so this back fence needs painting, Lauren. Got a nagger here. Got a nagger. There's also some damage in the back fence that they're saying needs to be looked at, because next time you have strong winds, it'll take your fence out. Okay, so don't forget. But I do want a paintbrush in your hand.
Ben, he moved the fence panels earlier.
Okay. So he's fixed it, did he?
No, he's not quite fixed it yet, but he was talking about getting his stepdad to help him fix them.
Good. I do feel it's really important they're bringing in very, very strongly for you. And how's your car doing?
I think it's okay. Well, actually, no, I think the brakes pads need doing.
Okay. So definitely bringing in your car. Oh dear, screaming children.
Yeah.
What do I say? Everything that happens has a relevant reading. Screaming children. Screaming children. Okay. I want to make bunting. You've had it in your head to make bunting. I want you to make bunting. I want you to start reusing what you've got. There's something you've picked up that you were like, oh, I really like this, and you've changed your mind on it. They're just saying to you, like, there's another way you can use it. I don't know if it's not your wedding dress, I don't think.
Well, I have been looking, but then I've gone now.
Yeah. But there's it's like you've got everything you need already, Lauren, is what they're saying to me.
Apart from rings.
Yeah, it's a shame I don't still do it, but I got to put my wedding ring on. It's my wedding anniversary and I haven't got my wedding ring on.
Oh, that's naughty.
But tomorrow night you'll see my wedding dress, because I wear it when I go out for a meal for my wedding anniversary.
Cool.
So, as long as it's not boiling hot, because I'm roasting it. Absolute roast. Oh, so there's part of you, Lauren, worries still about, if I don't use it, I'm going to lose it. Doesn't work like that with spirituality and psychic. Really doesn't. You can take
I know.
10 years out, it'll come back. Yeah. And there's a little bit of you that when you do come back, you feel a bit of doubt in it, but it's only lack of confidence because you haven't been doing it for a time. It doesn't mean you can't do it. Okay, it's really important to say. Because we've got quite a lot of purple here. And the purple mist is something you haven't experienced in some time. I don't know why my pen's running out. We get into the time when you need to go to work here. It's like, why is my pen running out?
Yeah, in the next
10 minutes?
5-10 minutes, yeah.
Okay. We can do this. We can do this. We're nearly there. Not that much left to go. Right. So one thing I forgot to mention was this little piece here, which was a puzzle piece, which is saying that someone within the family is getting looked at for having neurodivergent behavior. And it's going to make sense. It is going to make sense. There's a feeling you already have around it. And I want to tell you that you are right. And it will all make sense. Right. Oh, this person who wants to talk to you smokes his back. Yeah.
I already picked her up.
You already picked her up? Okay.
Yeah, as in who it is.
Yeah. She's saying something about leaving you a piece of jewelry.
Okay.
So I'm not sure whether things got written in time. I'm not sure.
Yep, they did.
They did? Okay.
Yep.
So I feel it's a ring that was left for you. Oh. So I'm hearing within my mind, I'm going to conclude your reading now, Lauren, but I'm hearing within my mind the song Cry Me a River. And I'd like to have a look at the lyrics for that and see what it says to you, because there's a message within the song.
Okay.
No, things are going to straighten out with your older boy, but there is a change of direction within his schooling coming up. It feels like things are going to have to change. That's the feeling I get.
Yeah.
The last 3 bits. I want a metallic. Need a bit of silver there. You hear me throwing my pens everywhere? Just throwing them all over the place. Let's not make you late for work. There you go, my lovely.
That's awesome.
There you are.
Thank you very much.
That's all right. And thank you for those who've sat around and watched. I know it's quite a long reading. And obviously, on a public domain, there's some things I just can't go further into, which is a bit of a shame. But I'm hoping Lauren got some good advice and information.
Yeah.
giving you some understanding. And you can look into it and read into it yourself. There's so much in there. But look at those layers. So many depth. So much depth. Anyway, I'll pop it in the post to you probably tomorrow now because I think I've missed it.
And, no problem, darling. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Right, love ya.
Love you too. Bye.
Right, bye.